So my goal today is to really provide some clarity and somewhat of another perspective as someone who's produced exclusively in Pro Tools for 20 years. And where I want to clarify specifically pertains to a response video done by Bolo, the producer, in which he was responding to a video put out by Pro Tools regarding how to transpose and pitch audio, elastic audio, things of that nature. So basically, I'm doing a response to a response. Now, if you don't know, Bolo is a pro. He's a veteran in production. He knows his way around all of the essential tools that producers need. And I believe he creates a healthy conversation around these topics because it holds these companies accountable to some degree. And it also helps producers really land on their preferred tools or things that they want to use for their journey in production. Lately, Avid has been putting out these really short tutorial videos for Pro Tools, showcasing the features and functionalities of all of their new additions. And it's great because it helps me to stay up to date, familiarizing myself with all of their new additions. Before I dive into my response, let me preface it by saying we all know the quote, "To love someone is to know someone." And I feel that same sentiment when it comes to building out our studios, where we invest in ourselves and buying this equipment. And these are labors of love because we invest into the things that help us express ourselves through music. And so as it pertains to what we use, we end up mastering what we love to use. And that's why I truly hold more of a loyalty to the art form and the music production community rather than these companies and what we end up using. I think it's all a preference at the end of the day. And so with Pro Tools, I've been able to master it over the years. And I'll tell you, the real sauce is really creating templates and curating your hotkeys, your shortcuts, and that really creates the foundation or the basis of a natural workflow of whatever you desire to do. So with that being said, let's get on to the response. So again, he's just reacting to this tutorial video put out by Pro Tools on the subject of transposing audio clips, and he's comparing it to Studio One, which is his go-to DAW, saying that it's more efficient in Studio One than Pro Tools. So we'll skip around and I'll address each thing one by one.
Video loaded up. Let's go ahead and check it out.
In addition to Pro Tools' elastic audio time compression and expansion capabilities, you can change the pitch of audio clips by up to 2 octaves. To transpose an audio clip, first make sure the track it's on has elastic audio enabled. Pitch shifting is not supported with the monophonic or vari-speed algorithms.
All right, so you have to turn on elastic audio on here, which is it's not a bad thing or whatever, but in Studio One, you don't have to do that. You don't have to turn anything on. It automatically does that for you. But let's see what else they got.
Okay, so let's address the first thing, man. Let's go into Pro Tools. And so that used to be a headache of mine of having to create tracks and then set the elastic audio on them. But the good news is we can go up to Setup, down to Preferences, move over to Processing, and we'll see under Elastic Audio, we are able to enable elastic audio on new tracks that we create. So we'll hit OK, and we'll just create some new tracks under this tag. Like this, we'll go to Stereo Audio, Create, and we'll see right here that they're already set to polyphonic on each one for elastic audio usage. And back in the preferences, you can actually set whichever option you would want for elastic audio each time you create a track. So that's a good thing that Pro Tools indeed does have that feature. All right, let's move on.
Clip and choose elastic properties. Adjust the pitch by semitones using the mouse. You can also type in a value or use the up and down cursor keys.
All right, that seems pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Another way to adjust the pitch of audio clips is to use the Event Operations window. Go to Event, Event Operations, Transpose. You can now transpose the audio by semitones or by the interval between 2 notes.
Now, with this method, it's kind of like, it's almost like you burning it in directly to the actual audio. I wouldn't necessarily want to do it this way because it's kind of like the final thing. But there is a way you can reset it, I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
The Event Operations window.
Okay, so I'm not sure if there's a way you can reset it that way. A lot of times what I used to do is I used to make a copy of it, and then I would keep one copy, and then I would do like another copy with the actual stuff on there. I like the way they did it the first way. That was actually kind of cool. So this one's probably doing the whole song, transposing the whole song.
All right, so here's the second thing we're gonna address. Let's go into Pro Tools and let's bring up this little sound right here, this arpeggiated synth. We'll zoom in and let's take a listen to it. All right, so let's bring up our transpose window. Just have to select it and we'll go up 2 semitones. Hit apply, let's listen. Now, if you don't like it, all you simply have to do is hit Command Z, undo it, let's listen again. And so essentially transposing with this window does not burn or render that effect or that change into that audio clip. Just like the other window that you saw, the elastic properties window, you're able to do the same thing. The only difference between the transposing and the elastic properties is that you're able to use synths and semitones with the elastic properties window, and the transpose window allows only octaves and semitones. So that's truly the difference. It doesn't burn or render those changes on your audio clip. So that's a good thing. All right, so let's just keep on going, guys.
Window can adjust audio and MIDI performances at the same time, so it can be used to transpose a whole song. Again, make sure all tracks are set to elastic audio. Then select everything in your timeline. The quickest way to do this is to double click in the time ruler or the selection ruler.
Did not know that. I can't lie. I didn't know you could select everything like that.
And that is a good feature too, being able to select everything within your session, just like this, kind of helps instead of when we click and drag, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Avid for listening to the community on that end. All right, let's just keep going.
All right, so that seems pretty cool. That's the end of the video. But that seems pretty cool, but it's a little bit different in Studio One. It's actually a little bit easier. It's not much, but it is a little bit easier. And this way is actually very cool. So they did a good job on this. All right, so we're in Studio One right now, and I'm gonna show you guys how you can transpose very easy inside of Studio One. So I have a song that...
And let me pause it here because what I wanna be able to show you now is how easy it is to assign your hotkeys and pull up these windows that you use more often than not. So for me, I have my transpose window set to the letter T on my keyboard. So I simply just hit T and it comes up and I can toggle it on and off. Same thing with the elastic properties window. I can have both up at the exact same time so that it's easy to just go in, transpose something, apply it, and then toggle it off, just like that. All right, so let's just keep it moving.
So let's go ahead and talk about what this video is about, and this is the transpose. So the cool thing about Studio One is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna loop this one part right here, the chorus part, and I'm gonna solo this chorus vocal right here, right? So if we play it right now. Can we? So that's how it sounds originally. And all we simply have to do is right click on here. And as you guys remember, when you right clicked inside of Pro Tools, they had a little menu, but inside of Studio One, you have all these different tools you can use just on audio when you right click on an audio file. But that's for a whole nother video. So all we simply have to do is, even while the actual audio is playing, we can just transpose up and down very easily. So let's go ahead and do that. Can we role play? Let me know, babe. As you guys can see, it's super easy to do it. All you gotta do is hit the transpose, and then you have the tune, which is like the fine, and you can get this thing sounding the way you want to sound easily. Okay, super easy to do it. Now the next.
And I actually think that's a good feature Studio One has, where Pro Tools can take that page out of their book just to make things a little bit more easier, because when you right click on a audio clip in Pro Tools, you may get the elastic properties window here you can access, but I like that you can see it right as you right click something and you have those options available as soon as you click it. But you are able to transpose in Pro Tools in real time, just like this. Let's try it.
No, I can't stop until it's done. Yeah.
So again, we're able to do the exact same thing pretty much the same way in Pro Tools. All right, so let's keep going.
Now the next thing is transposing the whole session, okay? Super easy to do it inside of Studio One. All you simply have to do is go to all the tracks right here and you shift and just select all the tracks. And then what you do is right here, you turn on Follow Global Transport. So if we play it regular, now, once we set the Follow Global Transpose on, all we have to do is go right here to where it says Transpose, and I'm gonna go ahead and transpose this up 5. We do that, and let's press play. Just that easy. And we're not locked all the way in, so if we don't like that, we can just simply hit undo, and once we do that, everything is reset to how it was originally.
All right, so the last thing we'll address, man, is being able to transpose an entire song, which we can do in Pro Tools very easily, almost in the exact same way that Bolo showcased in Studio One. And I do think that setting down at the bottom where you're able to see it is a nice touch in Studio One for sure. So let's take a listen to the song that I have up.
No, I can't stop until it's done.
All right, so now all we have to do is select the entire session, which we double click. That was shown in the actual Pro Tools tutorial video. And then we'll hit T and we'll go -2 on the semitones, hit apply. And now let's take a listen. If we want to go up +2, we do the same thing here.
All done. Complete.
And it's just like that. And so this was a lot of fun, man. I hope I was able to provide some clarity to not just the Pro Tools users, but also to you guys who use other things. Speaking of workflows and templates, I do have my personal music production template on my website where you can find it. I've been curating it since I started working in Pro Tools in 2005, and it's optimized, man, for a really good workflow. So go to my website and check it out. I also have included in that bundle my shortcuts, my custom presets and shortcuts that I use in Pro Tools to kind of help speed up that workflow as well. And be sure to leave your perspective or your opinion down below in the comments. And if you want to see me do a whole track in Pro Tools like I do on a regular, watch this next video right here. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.